Yeah, Gyro is a lot of AoE damage though, so it's like his damage is balanced kind of like into an area rather than single target. Bane's gonna have a hard time doing anything up against Death Prophet because just like the range and everything would never want to be that close. So currently they don't have the most damage to follow up to a roar, and they have good counter initiation with the Sand King as well. So if they were to roar her and then collapse on her, Sand King and Disruptor both would love you to attempt that because you're gonna get ultied and 4-man burrow strike, and the fight's just gonna be over while DP laughs at you as she yules up after the roar.
And we'll see if that's gonna happen. They might get more damage here for Newbee. This is the chance for them to pick the IO Coddle. Again, it is available, either of which. I'd be surprised if they kept it for the 5th overall pick. They probably want to save that for one of their cores, I would imagine. So I'd be surprised if we didn't see one of those two.
I think they're just discussing if it's worth it or not. If it's like, can we make the IO work versus both Disruptor, Sand King, and even Death Prophet is kind of annoying with the giant bubble silence. Is IO going to be strong enough with the Gyrocopter? Are we going to pick another core that works well with it too? Or what are our chances with this Beastmaster just working on his own right now? Because currently with a Disruptor, I might be able to go up there and lane kind of decently against Disruptor +1, or then I can at least draw the Sand King, and now we have 3 heroes top, and then... So they're probably just thinking if they want to commit into that or not.
They're going to go the Earthshaker instead. And this is something like you were talking about. We don't see it in the offlane very much anymore. It's probably the 4 position. Lane 5.
Instant TV pick.
Oh, that's...
Take that Beastmaster aura for yourself.
Yeah, Reflection. Guard.
That spell is just so dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's so broken.
Airblade has a lot of good abilities nowadays, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, seems like a pretty good draft so far for Key. They have a lot of, ball up and push and fight between meta and exorcism. You have some long cooldowns to deal with, but nothing too significant for the part. Whereas Newbee can kind of fight pretty early and often. But when you have meta and exorcism available, you want to make them count in this. Finding a team fight and then transitioning that into some sort of objective and going from there, but
they do lose their Void. Even as an offlane, Newbee are like, I know your guys' game. They've even still been playing Void. Man, this team loves Void. They played it offlane recently in that qualifier for DAC. They played it safe lane. So who are we going to replace Void with here, guys? You could... I don't even think Tide can lane against Beastmaster, though. But Terribly has super high armor, so he's actually going to do very well in this lane against the Beastmaster.
Oh, wow.
So I think they're going to have the Tide versus the... probably Gyro Bane. But I think the Tide's a good replacement. He sets up well for Sand King, Disruptor, Bubble Silence. And the Death Prophet, it's just like, woo, you're all... How are you going to fight us?
Ravage.
10 seconds remaining.
They can't really pick a Doom.
5 seconds remaining.
Is there any other way that we can deal with this Tide? Not really.
Yeah, what else is available? I mean... First of all, what are they going to be grabbing? Is the question. Probably in the safe lane.
I think it'll probably be a mid. I feel like it's going to be a Newbie safe lane Gyro.
Gyro, safely Gyro, yeah. That's... Sorry.
Better be what you meant.
Yeah. It's just weird because I was thinking of the last series there was mid Gyro in both games. That's not, probably not going to happen this time around, I would assume.
It'll just depend on matchups. They could just do the mid Gyro and then do like the OD safe lane. He's still in there. Be up against the Tide Hunter.
It was actually like the same matchup we saw in the first series. They had picked up the Medusa instead, though. Medusa against DP.
Yeah, that's become a pretty classic matchup.
It's a Mugi Gyro, so that's fine. It's interesting. You've got you have the Gyrocopter and all these other heroes to fight early, and the Medusa to fall back on for SCCC. And obviously you could fight as well with that particular hero, but. What is this Airblades? I don't think I've seen this.
That's the Arcana with the white, dude.
Is that the Arcana with the white? It looks so weird.
It
actually looks insane.
You can't even see him. He's pitch black.
I have the beige Arcana gem. It just looks nothing like this.
Could you have got a worse color? I didn't even know they would make a beige gem.
It's like a
who at Valve were like, you know what color would look really good in a gem, guys? Beige.
You fuck off. What's your problem, dude? Why are you
I just wish my Terrorblade could wear khakis. God, it'd be so much better to hear. Well, why don't we make a beige gem?
Look at me. I'm Trempax. I'm having a kid. I can flame mod all day now.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Anyway. I like the Keen draft. I like it better. I would rather play those heroes in this game. Now, mind you, Newbee's obviously the superior team currently. They have been outperforming numerous opponents. And now against someone in their region who they're likely fairly familiar with. They're probably feeling pretty good about their general strat. I like the mid matchup with the Medusa versus the Death Prophet. That definitely feels good for Newbee. The roaming potential onto him isn't insane or anything. What is this Chinese smoke meta right now? What's Disruptor doing?
He's just in here. He's the courier sniper. That's what he's playing at.
The self-team courier snipe.
Exactly. He's got sniping his own team's courier. I don't know. I don't know why he's got his smoke. Who knows what people do anymore?
I mean, like, he's trying to block a smoke. Like, because we saw both games, they did that same thing, like up like this, right?
Oh, I see what you're.
So I think he's trying to like stand here so that their smoke pops on this side and they don't want to go through or something. I don't know. It feels weird.
Well, it was a smart play then, if that's the choice he was making. Just be defensive about it. But now he's missing out on, seeing what team is doing what with their warding. They drop a sentry in their own small kit. It's actually outside of the box, but it's not in range of this ward, which is well placed. KP will walk through and get Thunderstruck. They're going to try to maybe go for a bit of a fight. They have Fisher to try to get this rune, and they will in fact get it. Now, can they get the third one? More than likely they can. They're going to try to find actually this Disruptor who's getting run down by Kaka, but they don't want to try too hard to secure the kill. Instead, they just go back, get the third bounty rune, and get a small advantage at the start of this game.
Yes.
Oh man, this poor Disruptor. You look at his armor, 1 armor, so he gets a 6% reduction against physical damage. You compare that to, if this was a magic nuke, for example, you obviously get your 25%. But TB, he got the rate 35% to start with. So once he has a wand as well, it's going to be hard for KB to put a lot of harass onto him. But the Disruptor's like food.
Yeah, I mean, he is 1 tango as well because he shared it, and he's already used that last tango. So this Disruptor's a little sad, but they will rotate unit down bottom. This is what you were talking about. Having KP force these rotations down bottom allows you for a bit more room in the top lane and for eventually Kaka to rotate elsewhere. He's going to get Thunderstruck again. He needs to be a little careful. Fisher comes out. Meanwhile, the Tidehunter guy's in the top lane. He was getting chased down by the Gyrocopter and the Bane.
Yeah, that's a definite. Like, you're just going to die in that lane. He even has Gush first, too. So, pretty unlikely he's going to have a fun time.
It's interesting he went Gush. He'll get a CS out of it, but...
It's like Bane, Gyro, you're just going to get missiled, Nightmare, and then they can just get the full damage, and yeah, it's going to be a sad time. He's going to die a lot, probably.
Yeah, so that top lane will be troublesome for the Tidehunter. MS is heavy meta. Are they going to meta here? I thought they were about to for MS. The Burst Strike comes in, there it goes. Now they're going to meta up, but it's more so to just do some harass and get the CS for yourself and also get to start for being in this bottom lane.
I don't know how I feel about this dual lane, this Beastmaster Shaker. I don't know. Is it really good enough? I mean, it's working for now.
They're
but
drawing
like
all
the resources are going to start to run out.
Well, they definitely don't need the Earthshaker top as we just demonstrated. They might eventually. They get the Fisher off. They might get a kill here onto this Disruptor. One more auto attack, but the Burrow Strike comes out just in time, and KP can't find the kill. But Kaka,
he's going in though.
Walks in and slaps him. He still might die for this.
He gives him the old backhand.
And yeah, he literally just backhanded. He walks through. He tangos up. Got a stick charge to work with now, and yes, this bottom lane is going pretty well all of a sudden.
The Disruptor couldn't tango out, right? Because he had used them all.
Rocket Barrage level 1 is available. They don't want to use it. He still has 2 tangles left on Dark, but that's just 1 homing missile and 1 Nightmare able to do that much damage. Now bottom, KP might get caught out here. He does have 2 stick charges. He's also just got to buy boost. He knows he's dead. He just buys out. No big deal. Get some extra damage onto Yuna, but still, he will fall and he'll have to take a trip back to the fountain. In the meantime, mid lane, Fisher comes down. SCCC actually taking a lot of damage. The Spirit's Life and Old Chicken getting blocked. There comes the Nightmare. They have no Fisher for 5. He has no mana for it. Now he does with the stick charges. Bane trying to man up. SCCC will take a Crypt Swarm, but still fine. He wants to get off a Mystic Snake. He has level 2, but unfortunately can't quite find Old Chicken. Needs to be careful, although Old Chicken does not have another Crypt Swarm to work with, so SCCC is fine at this point.
KP just comes back down here on his lonesome, but time for Disruptor. Give him some more of the old Thunder Strikes. He might see go the 2-0-1 build, perhaps. Seen some Disruptors into that lately, just for that punish. Mid lane again, though. Just the 2 supports might get Old Chicken here. Yeah, waiting for that courier.
Auto attack.
Oh, the greed, dude.
Faith should be okay. If the tower hit won't be enough damage, he's going to have to TP home, though. But again, that's pretty big. Just 2 supports roaming in. That gets them a lot of experience at goal as they bring down this Death Prophet. Should be able to TP back to land at the very least, but still getting caught. Not good.
Yeah, all her shit was on that courier.
back mid now against this Triple C. MS in the bottom lane has picked up a full Aquila and Wand. He's at the 14 last hits. Darkopter 14 last hits for himself in the top lane. Reflection onto KP, almost bringing him pretty down low, but he's fine one way or the other. Meta wasn't ready for another 6 seconds, but KP kind of having a bit of a rough time against this Airblade now.
I think Keen are happy with the lanes they set up overall, though. Just because Tide didn't get messed 1v1 with the Beastmaster or anything, which like the stacks of the Axes could have been a little bit dangerous, especially early on. So he's getting last hits, even with that rough start.
Kaka, they're going to pop meta here. Reflection comes out. They've got the kinetic field. He'll drop a ward down, but he's dead one way or the other. I don't think they have sentries. They might have seen him use the ward. That was interesting that he dropped it right as he died, but I guess they weren't checking his inventory.
And KP, despite having 11 last hits, is just barely above the Earthshaker, who doesn't have any. KP a little bit poor. On the other hand, Shaker a little bit further ahead than you might expect a hero to be. He's actually ahead of the Tide Hunter. Speaking of which, Dark, you did. Hoping for the tomato, but the clap's already on CD.
He can't help with the clap. Still on CD for
Dude, he's living.
He's taking forever to die, but Moogie will finish him off finally with a Rocket Barrage, and now he's into his phase boots as well, so Moogie's feeling pretty good. And
he gets
they
the
got
stack
the stack off as well. You hear that sound? That's a glorious sound.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, look at Kaka down bot. They've got 4 stacks on the Axis. This is when they're going to go for their play. They actually can't see him. He's in the dark.
Fisher comes
what
out.
A god.
They have Call of the Wild. Reflection comes in. Double barrel from Yuna will keep MS alive, but he actually has to go back and maybe Shrine. Yuna's going to get turned on. Enchant Totem, but there's the good kinetic field coming in. Yuna walks through. He's able to make it out. Now the Cost of Finality do some work, and they're going to turn on MS. Another Enchant Totem. They needed Fisher. They couldn't get it off in time, and now Beastmaster is going to be next. The Axis will not do anything. He almost kills Yuna, but he can't quite get it. Thunderstrike will take him down, and Keen Gaming will find 2. It was so close to getting both Yuna and MS. If they had that Fisher, it was mid-animation, I think, for Kaka. But unfortunately, not able to find the kill, so...
Dark actually gets a wave pull against the Bane. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's...
It's like the main reason you pick this hero, but Faith couldn't quite get the reach on him just because it's level 1, and he caught him at a good angle. But, uh-oh, that noise.
That sound
it's
happening, man. Let me tell you. And with a gyrocopter, he's loving life. He has gotten the point of the homing missile, obviously, just to zone out.
They're going to kill KP again? No, they're going mid. All right.
They're smoked up. Yeah, they're going to try to find S-Triple-C, who has Wraithband working on raindrops.
Oh, is she about to get Exorcism? Look at this. Oh, it's not quite the right timing.
Yeah, a little bit not quite there in terms of the levels, but S-Triple-C are hard gank to find. And the Fisher, not on the right side, unfortunately. Otherwise, they could have gotten the kill on Yuna. But they do keep S-Triple-C alive. And Moogie rotates in, and he flaks up, and he's going to do a little bit of damage here and get some yes, so... Nice CP rotation, but again, yeah, not having Exorcism was trouble there. I mean, you needed more damage to bring down S-Triple-C with level 2 Mana Shield at this point.
I think that's good, though, because they just forced all those rotations. They can do it again once they have the Exorcism, and then try and force down the tower. So if you're constantly pulling them all mid, that's going to be a pretty big detriment inside of Newbee.
And Dark gets more room to work with in the top lane. He's up to level 5 now. Net worth-wise, like you said, he finally is ahead of the Earthshaker. He was kind of with him for the last minute or so. But now he's a little bit behind KP, so not that bad. But here we go, the homing missile coming in. He does have a Mango, he has Wand charges, he has a TP scroll, but I think he's dead one way or the other. The call down comes in, there's the brain sap, and the last...
Kaka thought about stealing that.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I got a Fisher, I need my arcane boots, all right?
Yeah. This is when you get 6 and you just slam the stack.
You think they're... I mean...
No, I'm not...
It's not going to happen.
Don't do that. Is yoke.
And also... You have a gyrocopter, so yes. That would have been a problem. I would have liked to see it, though, but... Oh, Yuna. Throw strike onto 2, but he's still probably dead. They don't have Ravage. And they're going to use... can't even get off the Anchor Smash. He got Fishered in the meantime. He might get over here if he's not careful. Faith has another Brain Sap in 6, but they have a wave here. They don't want to dive in.
If they had call down, they'd probably think about it. But...
Yeah, I think so, too. Kaka, Fisher...
Oh, he wants that rune.
Enchant Totem. He doesn't get it. The Disruptor does, but he might die for it. Another enchant coming in. Brain Sap should be up. The Ravage, he actually just got 6 out of this, and now Kaka and Faith need to be careful. The Thunderstrike back up off cooldown, and another one that will pick him down and secure the kill for Dark. And, okay, just like that, Ravage is used. He gets a nice little kill. They get a bounty rune for their Disruptor, so that could have gone better for Newbee.
Yeah, I mean, it's get a core kill, but Keen's still happy to just try and push back that aggression, slow down Kaka, because that does hurt him, you know? He's trying to get in towards his, oh, he just missed that Observer Ward, too. But he's trying to get in towards his Arcane Boots, and every little death hurts you.
Why he wanted to steal that kill potentially in that top lane. He didn't go for it though. But
so he's gonna miss. That's a pretty poor sentry too. I don't know. If you think there's a ward, it's so likely it's gonna be blocking the stack. Cause even Medusa on your team. Again, easy to see from our perspective, but just something that
they're gonna figure it out.
He'll regret later.
They're gonna see that this is not going to stack.
Yeah,
that'll do it. So
he's not gonna hear that sweet noise.
You just heard it though in the top lane.
Yeah,
they stacked it again. Pretty funny. So I mean, this is the thing. You have Medusa and you have Gyrocopter. You have heroes that can take stacks. I mean, in terms of late game, they have a lot of it because of people being able to get farm. You now have a drum and a Gyrocopter. Stopping this TP, if they can get a kill there, that'd be great. Meanwhile, TP's top lane, they're going to try to find the kill on Moogie. The kinetic field comes in. They have the burrow strike. Yuna's going to go for it, but
that
great Fisher block from Kaka makes it so Moogie might survive, but a good body block from Yuna. The Rocket Barrage comes in. He can't stay with Moogie any longer, but the Caustic Finale's slow. Now
it's only level 1 glimpse because he went 2 on the Thunder.
They're going to go for the glimpse. They've got the exorcism. They've got the kinetic field. The call down will come in, and he's dead. And that's a big pickup. I thought for a second that they weren't going to be able to find it once that Rocket Barrage came out, but the glimpse was there, and it is on level 1, but they do find it one way or the other. And now this should at least get a little bit of tier 1 damage, maybe.
Half duration left, yeah. They might not be able to force it, but they'll have Ravage with the Manga on like 30, so I don't know.
The Soul Ring.
They know that Medusa can still rotate.
Oh, they're
KP
taking
can
a stack.
still rotate.
They're taking this huge stack. Oh my god.
And Tide level 4 Anchor Smash.
Dude.
He's so psyched right now.
Yeah, he just got so much gold, 658 now. Like, that was all that money just gone for the Medusa or the Gyrocopter, whichever one wanted to take it. In the meantime...
Not just them, Mark. For the supports, too.
Yeah,
you know, they didn't get their satisfying little ching.
Yeah.
Now they're denied that.
Yeah.
That's a moral victory for the Dire. It's a mental edge. Sad supports on the Radiant, or the Dire right now.
The tilt for Newbee. They gave some room to KP at the very least, which is nice. He's up to 1,900 gold. He has brown boots. What's he thinking about here?
How can he kill with Roar would be my question. I don't think he's a very easy game for that. He needs Gyro, basically, because Medusa's going to be busy. But Gyro's also kind of busy with stacks and everything, so I don't know if Blink's really that worth. Shadow Blade is also possible.
He just
buy Solar Crest is really good actually this game. I think I really like Solar Crest.
Thunder SCCC in the mid lane. SCCC is, you know, all right. He's still have HP. They're going to deny the tier 1 tower. In the meantime, Reflection comes out. There's the burrow strike. Epicenter getting channeled to wand up.
He's
going to
dead.
do a lot of damage here. SCCC might get caught and killed.
Oh no!
And
Kaka!
actually, the Fisher comes in as well, and Kaka couldn't save him in time. And that'll be a big pickup. In the meantime, they will bring down the Terrorblade. It's a 1-for-1. Now a 2-for-1 as Unit secures a double kill from Kaka trying to run across the river, but he can't quite make it back to his tier 1 tower. I didn't see how the Terrorblade died. I think they just gripped him.
Basically, he got Fiend's Gripped under the tower, and Kaka got really greedy and tried to walk up and get a double Fisher by turning towards DP, which delayed the Fisher to save the DP, and he also missed it on the DP, so he had to hit the long-range Brain Sap to save that kill, thankfully.
Well,
because he almost snuck his way into the trees.
So a Terrorblade for a Medusa, it's an interesting trait, but again, then you add the Kaka Earthshaker going down on top of that. Not bad for Keen Gaming, those few kills. And surprisingly enough, though, it's a 3k lead for Newbee. Meanwhile, they're going to lose KP in the bottom lane, although he might get the Disruptor with Moogie getting one auto attack. Moogie literally walks up and he just hits him once, and that's it. Pretty fun.
He bought his Necro 1 for the Beastmaster, so he'll just be more focused on objectives and pushing around a little bit. And he can still get kills easier solo with the Necro. I really think he should get solo, though.
He's in trouble. Exorcism in meta, but the Reflection slow should be enough. The Brain Sap, the Spirit Siphon. He's alive! Oh my god, he is actually alive. Faith, there's no way he should have survived, but Kaka with a beautiful Fisher and the Brain Sap came out at the perfect time. That is Exorcism and meta down. Of course, meta was used to get the kill on KB, but still. Wow.
It's been a wild evening of Dota, my buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy for the most part. Doing some weird picks, some crazy
Are we smoking or what? Who's got the smoke? No, we're just running at the tower. Okay, we're not smoking.
You said the Necro one's done. He's working on Tranquil's next, and Moogie has his BKB getting started. SCCC is working on his Mask Madness. He has a full Aquilo plus an extra Wraith Band because it builds into that Hurricane Pike, obviously, for later on down. For now, they will try to push this tier 1 tower bottom.
Tranquil's is interesting. I wonder why it's not going phase against Death Prophet, and it's because like without the armor these days on Tranquils, it just doesn't feel nearly as good as it used to on core heroes.
Maybe just
But he only has 1 point in the Inner Beast too, so I guess he just wants to stay in the back lines and just throw a lot of axes without really committing attacks.
Yeah.
Let his creeps do all the work. That's fair.
Looking at the Blink Dagger for the Sand King, 1,600 gold, not quite there yet. Still getting pretty close. Disruptor is level 7, so he has a Static Storm. We haven't seen it used yet. And Lumitama Yasha has been picked up for the Terrorblade. For the DP, she's working on Yules, a little ways away there. She has double Veil, or excuse me, double Null to work with. Bottom lane, though, Dark TP's in, as KP was pressuring the tier 1 bottom with his Necro 1. Starting to farm
smart.
well.
He's basically keeping the Tranquils, I think, queued up so that he can just, like, buy them if he's going to die. But other than that, he'll try and save for recipes.
Yeah, for Necro 2. They might want to go into Dark. It's going to be tough. They have Roar again.
And with the Fisher, he looks so tempting.
Shell. Fisher comes down. The Fisher block will certainly help, and it does hit the Rocket Barrage and the Call Down and Homing Missile. Now they get the Roar on the other hero. That's the Disruptor, but they can't get the kill. The Crypt comes out. They really want this. The Echo Slam onto 2, coming in from Cock at the perfect time, but he can't get the Enchant Totem off, but he's still going to get caught in Spirit Siphon down with the Crypt Swarm also doing some damage for Old Chicken. So it's a 1-for-1. They apply pressure to the bottom lane. They force all these rotations. In the meantime, SCCC is farming really well in mid lane with his Mask Command. It's now done. Terrorblade was trying to farm top, but they actually get a fair amount of gold for that kill for Newbee, and they're up 4k in net worth now.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the race to Blink Dagger as well between Yuna and Kaka, because Yuna's getting there. He's going to get some Bannerds. He TP's top for them as well. Oh, he's not going to get that one, actually, because it's Terrorblade. Wow, sick teammate, nerd.
Almost found Faith. Nah, he's a little too far away. They spotted him momentarily, but he gets away. And you're absolutely right, though. He's up to 1,700 gold. That Blink Dagger is going to be huge for starting these fights. Of course, with that, you also don't need to get one on Tidehunter necessarily, as he has a Hood of Defiance working. Probably directly into a pipe this game, potentially. I don't know. Maybe he wants the...
Force Staff's pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking...
As well. Very good against Beastmaster. It's a stop fall damage.
I have the Mantis out pretty soon for this Terrorblade. Illusion Clear is okay. They have Split Shot and Flat Cannons. Choice. They try to go on bottom again. Nah, I don't have grip up for another few seconds at the very least.
Dude, I was playing Beastmaster the other day, and I accidentally misclicked the 25% talent instead of the 30 movement speed.
Almost. He actually does survive. He had 10 HP as he got out of that Static Storm. He had just avoided the Kinetic Field. They glimpsed him back, and then he walked out the back of the Static Storm, which keeps him alive. And now things get harder for Newbee as they have to deal with the Blink Sand King. Anyways, what were you talking about?
If he died again, though, like lost more time towards that Blink Dagger, whew.
Yeah,
no, KP just got the level 10 talent on the Beastmaster. It is so good. Like 30 move speed on this hero for the roars and everything. It helps so you don't have to go in towards that mobility item. But yeah, I was playing the other day and I misclicked and I accidentally hit the experience instead of 30 move speed. And the second I did it, I was just like so salty. And then the rest of my game, I just felt awful. You're so slow, dude.
Is that the game you played Beastmaster we were in?
Yep. Yeah. We won. It's okay.
I won that game. That was the Big Jug game. Anyway. Yeah, the movement speed, though, in terms of the movement speed talent, there are so many of them nowadays, and they're all so good. It's hard to pass.
They used to be terrible. Like, everyone's like, oh, and everyone thought movement speeds were so bad, but now everyone thinks they're so great. Like, pro players don't... Yeah, dude, all the movement speed talents were like 10 and 15. Now they're all like 30, 40, 50.
Like this extra 5 movement speed I got.
Yeah, dude, do you know Dark Willow has a 40? Like,
yeah.
That hero
I think
is...
there's one with 50.
Yeah, there's a couple 50s.
50 is Jaraz 50. Which is pretty insane. You already phase drum. You already move at like 450 moves when you pop phase, and then you have hold that thought, blink bro. There it is.
Oh, not fast enough.
The BKB gets off in time though, and now he's backed up. If it's a full 10-second duration of BKB, and the exorcism should lead them with the meta into the tier 1 tower mid lane. So despite not getting that kill, it's still big if they can get the tier 1 tower knocked down. And this is a big tier 1. It's the mid tier 1 especially. And they're gonna find more. The blink bro. They're gonna find the Medusa. The Spirit Siphon comes in. They'll pop the Stone Gaze though, and that means that they will have to back up. But again, MS finds that tier 1 tower, so not that big of a deal that you didn't get the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, and that's one step closer to Roche. You burnt one of the BKBs on the dire side, but you're starting to clear out this area, make it your own. It's always going to be hard to take because there's a Beastmaster on the enemy team, but slowly shoring up their chances at it here. And they're going to smoke up. KP actually has enough for the level 3 Necro. I'm sure he'd love to get that delivered out to him, but...
There's no vision over
Gotta
here
smoke.
for Keen. Unit's not...
Oh, they're just going in.
Yeah, they're going to head into the Roche pit.
They're like, we can't let them get this.
They have Necro 2, they have a Hawk to work with, they have SCCC and Mook who do a lot of damage at this point of the game. And there's really good vision to spot out where Old Chicken and SR rather. And again, those big abilities, Metamorphosis and Exorcism, are down. They do have Ravage, and now have Blink Dagger on the Sand King, but it's too little too late. They didn't even have any idea what was going on, and SCCC will find the Aegis for himself. And now, almost a Hurricane Pike as well.
That's the perfect play from Newbee. That is exactly what, like, they're just identifying. Oh,
this could be a big fight
here.
They've got Ravage. They're going to use the Fiend's Grip onto Yuna. The Glimpse comes out, though, and stops it completely. They have the Echo Slam available for Kaka. In the meantime, Dark, they use the Echo that comes out. There's the Ravage to come through. Hits onto 4, but where's the follow-up damage? It actually hits onto 5, but the Epicenter coming in. They'll bring down the Earthshaker, who gets caught and killed. It's Kaka, but now the Sand King gets nightmared up, and then auto-attack down and Rocket Barrage by Mugi. Yule Scepter comes in. Dark's going to get Brain Sapped. Now the Thunder save for them, as that could have been bad. Losing both their supports plus the Tidehunter would have been a problem, but instead, it's a 2-for-1 trade. But again, this might lead into a tier 2 tower for Newbee, so they're perfectly fine with getting those support kills. And now, this will probably turn into about a 7k average advantage after this tier 2 falls.
And this is what separates the top tier teams, is that they're able to put themselves in the minds of their opponents and just like process what they think they want to do. And they knew the next step for Keen was they wanted to go Roach to their ultimates, so just take them. You know, take Roach before the ultimates are back. And that just takes away so much of their game plan. Now, in behind is Yuna. I think they had vision
really
of him,
in
though.
behind.
Yeah, they saw him TP in.
He might just die again. Nightmare comes out. They don't have Roar, but they do have a Fissure and an Enchant Totem. Should more than likely be a dead Yuna. No way they can help him. They have the rotating Terrorblade coming over there. In the meantime, Call Down, they're looking for more. Death Prophet needs to be careful. Mugi can run it.
Mana.
Still has his BKB. The Rocket Barrage, the Homing Missile, 2 more auto attacks. It's going to be close. They need to dive this if they want to go for the kill. They pop the hood and the Yule Scepter will keep him alive. I mean, he really wanted that kill. He almost got it, too. He just needed to be a half step closer in order to get it. Meanwhile, they found the Terrorblade down bottom for MS. And Faith is looking for him. They have Fiend's Grip in 8. They will find the real one. As SCCC uses the Mystic Snake, they Nightmare the real one. They know this is real at this point. They have the Stone Gates to work with in terms of the slow. They will TP in the Death Prophet, though, as she has Exorcism ready to fight, which means they cannot go for that kill, even with the grip.
They can take mid.
They've got the net, though, on Dark. The Fissure comes out. The Rocket Barrage, he's low. The Static Storm comes in. It misses. The Burrow Strike is there, but it might just only save his life. And in fact, he walks back in. The Rocket Barrage is there for Mugi. That'll do the job, but they're fighting into meta as well as the Exorcism. Mugi's getting chased down to the other side. Kaka will fall first. Can they find a Burrow Strike on the Mugi? They sure can, and he will get dropped down. That is perfectly worth it for Keen Gaming. They get a double kill, but again, they will lose their 2-2 tower because of that fight for Newbee going their way.
All those delays from the Sand King and the Disruptor bought time for them to rotate back over. Yeah, he almost got grabbed on KP,
he was almost there.
But that Death Prophet is very fast-paced. She's already at 473 with the Yules. And that's before she gets into any sort of talents or anything. You know, that Exorcism Haste late game. She used to have a move speed talent too, I think. So
they were like, this is really strong.
Who would have thought that'd be really good on the Zero?
Yeah, seriously. So Newbee, it just feels like they're just taking what Team Gaming are giving them and then some. They're just finding these kills. Faith is just split pushing bottom. He Nightmares and he forces 3 rotations. They get a couple of kills when, you know, the Terrorblade is elsewhere. It just feels like Newbee are outmaneuvering Team Gaming at this point. I mean, there's been 1 Ravage of this game, and it hasn't really done anything, as we just saw it. Actually, it's been 2, but...
they definitely fed mid a little bit there, though, from Newbee. That was a bit too deep of a dive, so...
Yeah, for sure. But all the meanwhile, they still had SCCC farming up a Storm. He has his Hurricane Pike done. He has an Ultimate Orb in his inventory. They will now find a Roar onto the Disruptor. And that is a very easy kill as Rocket Barrage literally blows
so important.
Away.
They need him to defend like anything. He has to be that threat that follows up Ravage. The Sand King's just not enough. Like, the damage doesn't matter as much as that silence and control that actually lets Death Prophet and Terrorblade put their damage in.
This has now become a really tough game for Keen Gaming. Not only do you have good push for Newbee in terms of the Beastmaster, but you have all of this map control where SCCC can just back up and get as farmed as he wants to. And dealing with him is not going to be easy. Even Mugi, to a certain extent, who's building into an Aghanim Scepter, surprisingly enough. But look at SCCC just siege. The Fissure comes out. He'll throw up a Mystic Snake to try to do more damage to Old Chicken. Exorcism is still down for 20 seconds. They don't need to push the pace here. They have Aegis, yes, but you have all the time in the world. Yeah, you'll have to deal with the Terrorblade and then a Death Prophet into the late game, but SCCC is a Medusa, and they could just continue to take control of this map and just get so much farm in their cores.
Slow and steady here.
Dark is...
I mean, you're doomed to lose this tier 3, it feels like.
Yeah. They could just keep sieging it like this. Aegis-wise is only up for another 16 seconds. They might call back here in a moment. The next wave I don't think is going to get there in time. And then maybe you can fight with Meta and Exorcism and Ravage. and I think that's exactly what they want to do. So if Newbee, they want to be careful. This age is going to go soon. We'll see. Epicenter's getting channeled. They're going to try to fight this. This is the perfect timing to do so. They've got the Scatter. Aegis goes away. They've got the Ravage. This is the fight I was talking about, and there it is. MS with a dominating sprint, but they need more. They're going to get a glimpse back as well. That'll be under Fate. That's nice, but it's not the target they want. It still will be 2 kills, though, going their way. Brainsap coming in. More than enough to do the job. They get 2 quick kills, and now what can they get on top of this for Keen Gaming?
Oh, they're going to catch KP. Oh, Burrow Strike. Goes Invis. Oh, but KP's got the vision.
Oh, I think Yuna's dead here. It's worth it, though. They use up to the Necro Archer, or excuse me, Warrior. He tries to be... He actually made it away? Are you kidding me, KP, the god?
I thought he was so dead.
I thought he was 100% dead. They were doing so much damage, but they had no lockdown. KP, that should have been a 3rd kill, and it's actually just time wasted for Keen Gaming. And that was a pretty good fight, though. They do take down the Dusa, as we talked about. That was expiring. Sick. It was like the perfect timing for it, so they clearly knew what the time was, but...
He was like channeling Epicenter, and then he blinks in as it expires. I mean, that was down to the complete moment there from them. So, very much finding the ways in the game. You know, they've thought about, okay, what do we have to do? What's the perfect play? What are we delaying for? And they held that tier 3. I thought it was going down for sure. I saw no way that thing survived that whole like 5-man push.
I thought Newbee were going to just back because of what we just saw. You know, Aegis is down. All the other abilities are...
Oh, it was so close, though. They were just like, no, come on. We can get this, right?
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. I mean, they still have an 8K advantage, but the Terrorblade is surprisingly now top of the net worth. He has a Manta, he has a Scotty. If there's going to be somebody that can take this game late and kill and just deal with a Gyrocopter and Deuce, it's going to be this Terrorblade, but it's easier said than done.
He's also, when you win these fights, he is a hero that gives you a chance to actually push out and get something, even when the fight's in your own base.
Yes. That can happen so quickly. You just take one fight, and you have heroes dead for only like 30 or 40 seconds. Meanwhile, they're going to get the Static Storm onto Kaka. He'll try for the TP. No way he makes it out of this one. He'll get ticked down. The Static Storm will do the job, and it's going to be KG's Disruptor that gets the kill. As they will take the tier 2 tower bottom, though, for Newbee. And now Mookie has his Aghanim Scepter ready, so Side Gunner ready to go.
The range on Side Gunner is a lot longer than I thought it was. It goes to the full 600 radius, eh? That is huge. I mean, it's just like your normal attack, but for some reason I always envisioned it being smaller.
It's pretty big. I like Ags, but it's weird that we haven't seen it as much recently. At least I don't remember it being picked up that much.
It's fairly common right now, I would say. Okay. Definitely more common than it used to be.
It's just been like usually like Phase, Drum, SMY, BKB, those types of items into like maybe like a Butterfly or something, but it's interesting to see the Ags. I like it because it makes you tankier, you know?
Yeah, you get a lot of HP, and there's a lot of magic damage on the Radiance. That's probably one of the reasons why he went for it, as well as just like, it's kind of that permanent DD in a sense, right? You're just getting another attack over and over. You go for the on-proc effect things, like he's just instantly queuing up into the Mjolnir, which is also pretty nice against a lot of this just like intermittent damage coming out from the side of Keen Gaming. So he's that static shield on top of himself. He can slay like crazy.
By the way, this smoke has been predicted pretty heavily. They scanned over where they were moving.
So they're trying to bait the Deuce.
They're baiting Deuce at this point. Static Storm, they force him away. The glimpse back, though. The Epicenter will go. They have the Nightmare to keep him alive, though. He is completely fine. The Reflection comes out. There's the Ravage. It does hit. The Exorcism isn't going. He actually might die here. SCCC is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to man fight Old Chick. It's not going to happen. They're doing so much work. MS is going to try to find more. Reflection comes in. There's the Blink Bro. They're going to find bait. He's going to get dropped again. He'll Nightmare himself for now, but the Spirit Siphon will take him out, and that will be a double kill for Old Chicken. And now they take this fight as the wave comes in, and they're at the tier 2 tower, and they're going to get a lot of this. There's no buyback for SCCC. They still have plenty of time on this meta. Yes, Exorcism will be down here in just a moment, but this is very dangerous. They've got the Fisher. They do have the Echo Slam ready for Kaka. You need to be a little bit careful if you're MS, but he is the Sunder available. There's the Glimpse back. The Reflection.
The Beastmaster.
The inner Beast Door comes in. Moogie going to try to fight. There's the Echo Slam. Can they bring him down? He's stunned forever. They drop him, and he's dead. Dead for 69. Moogie needs to run. No BKB available. They're going to do enough damage to bring him down, but it's a 3-for-2 trade. In the meantime, Old Chicken needs to run the Yule Scepter onto KP. KP is about to go absolutely ham on Dark here. They've got the Fisher. They've got the enchant totem at the ready. Dark is going to run. He has no mana. He actually takes no damage when he gets off at least his Anchor Smash. And the Kraken Shell does help, but it's going to be too much damage, and KP will overwhelm him, and they're looking for more. They've got the Fisher. They've got the Whirling Axes. They've got 2 auto attacks to do the job. And it will be a double kill and an unstoppable spree for KP. And what was looking pretty disastrous for a moment for Newbee turns out to be pretty damn solid with that Echo Slam and Earthshaker fall from Kaka.
Yeah. Oops, a little bit deep there on the Terrorblade. I think I saw what he was doing. He was trying to get vision for the glimpse back so that he could, as we saw, he got the reflection off and he got the inner beast aura, but then he just got dunked. And if he was able to survive and obviously get off into the Sunder, they probably would have taken a full set of racks, so it was certainly a risky play, but I mean, they had to go for some risky stuff. There's no doubt. I mean, they understand the position they're in. Yeah. I don't think you can play this game out safe.
They're going to lose their tier 3 almost certainly here. The creeps will do it on their own at the very least. Faith is going to try to finish it off. Epicenter is getting channeled. The silence will come through. They want the blink throw onto KB. They will find it. The tier 3 does fall. Fisher comes in and breaks up the fight, so they can't chase any further. MS was trying to find something, but he doesn't have a Hurricane Pike. He's only got Mantis Scotty, so he doesn't have that mobility that the rest maybe of the team has, though. They will get the tier 3. They won't lose anything for it, and Epicenter will be used. And now Roche is back up. Exorcism is down for 6 seconds. Meta is down for 17. It is time to fight for Keen Gaming if they do head into Roche for Newbee, but they're not going to do it, at least not yet. They're going to back themselves up, maybe try to find a pick first and foremost.
Yeah, and that was the, honestly, one of the best heroes to be down, the Disruptor, right? Because then they're all just like, retreat out, no worries about Glimpse. But now they're looking at fight. Smoke on smoke action.
They know they're over here. This ward has spotted them rotate in this position, and then they smoke after.
There's also a lot of creeps.
Yeah, the creeps will definitely help, for sure. They're going to de-ward, which is pretty good. They have now no vision over in this Roche area, which is pretty significant. And Newbee, we'll see how aggressive they want to play, if they want to back up and farm and take Roche at a different point in this game, or what they want to do here. But Roche is the big point of contention. There's the Blink Burrow. Mugi does have
watching Kaka.
Use it. MS is going to use his big echo coming in. The Ravage comes out, counter initiation. The status from doing it right. The Thunder comes in. Mugi's actually in trouble, but they will get the kill on MS almost assuredly, and they will also find Old Chicken. It's 3 dead. Mugi finds a big double kill, and now next is going to be the Disruptor as he gets brought down. The Glimpse comes a little bit too late, and it's going to be a triple kill for Mugi. They have buybacks on Keen Gaming, but Meta is down. Exorcism is down. It might be time to finish this game off for Newbee here, Trent.
Man, he just gets missiled, and he can't do anything. Like, he's trying to find a Sunder, but there's nothing, because he's stunned for 3 seconds from this stupid missile that no one even sees in the chaos. And he was looking really good.
You're fighting, and all of a sudden you're just stunned. You're like, what happened?
You just hear that damn noise of think, and you're like, wait, what?
Okay, well, that sucks. Yuna is getting pushed back into the well. They're going for tier 4s at this point. I don't blame them. They know that there's no real abilities for the King Gaming
side. No meta. There's an epi, but here it comes.
MS needs to be careful. He does have Sunder. There's the Epicenter coming out. Not really that much damage. Triple C is so strong. MS has to use the Sunder onto Mugi. Mugi's still fine, even though he's super low. He will finally fall, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Triple C and KP's group will do the job. Dark gets
hold the line
by KP, and they will pop the pipe onto the Ancient, but it will not help it as it's going to get dropped down. Newbee will take a 1-0 advantage in this best of 3.
It was kind of close at some moments, but overall, Newbee just outplaying. They saw what Keen had to do to win this game, and they just denied those opportunities. They took the Aegis for themselves. The vision from the Beastmaster, and as well as Faith, just like running around the map.